Welcome to today's pint-sized 10-over one-day exhibition match. I'm Mark Nicholas and I'm thrilled to be here to bring you today's broadcast of the cricket. We're bound to see some powerful hitting. This isn't a game for the faint-hearted. Here's a pitch that's going to thrill the spinners. It's very dry, almost dusty. It's certainly got a sort of crusty surface to it, and I expect it to rip sideways as the game goes on. This is a day to bat first and get runs on the board. Fancy bowling first. This is a very dry and dusty surface. You'd expect it to spin later. I'm just trying to come to grips with the decision. I suppose he's backing his new ball bowlers to make a strike, but if I was a batsman, I'd be licking my lips.
There'll be runs here. There's just one there. The sweeper picks up. He looked as if he was home to me. They turned that into two. That's good running.
A great stroke. My goodness, this guy can play. What a pleasure to watch him too.
Just one run. He's got it into the gap. Oh, that must have been close. Hit straight to a fielder. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. That was sheer power.
The batsman will have to reassess the field now that those fielding restrictions have been lifted. Remember, 5 players can be outside the route. He has smashed that a long, long way. That is great to watch for the neutral, not so good for the bowler.
There's the umpire signal, no ball. That one will have ruffled his feathers. Foolish running. That's simply throwing wickets away.
Oh, that was a terrible call. And frankly, he didn't have a hope.
A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Just one run.
Well, he smashed that for 4, and what a big smile on his face.
There should be some runs here. The fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home.
Superb shot that, right off the middle.
Miles, he's hit it miles.
I think he was easily back in the crease there. They've turned that into 2, that's good running.
Nicely timed. You don't need to smash the ball to the boundary every time. Sometimes ease and grace will do it. You almost sense how much he loves to thread the ball through the cover region.
That over helped the run rate somewhat.
Expensive, too expensive, particularly at this stage of the game. You know, you cannot afford to hemorrhage runs like that.
Oh, that could be a very painful blow.
No, the bowler won't be happy about that.
That takes him into double figures.
Ouch, that must have...
That really is a suicidal run out.
Oh, that's just a waste. What a terrible waste of a wicket. Desperately bad communication by the batsman out there. Well, it was a promising start, but you sort of felt the team needed more.
Let's see the action replay of that. That's the end of the 5th over.
Well, he looks as if he might be hurt.
Turn down to fine leg. That's 2 more runs on the board. They've turned that into 2. That's good running.
Marvellous stuff.
Brilliantly caught.
Straight down the fielder's throat. That's incredible. Straight down his throat. He didn't have to move an inch.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Done him and shattered the stumps.
That went straight through the gate.
He's gone for a duck.
He's back in the pavilion, and there's a big round 0 alongside his name. It doesn't matter if it's in the air when you hit it that far.
It never looked like being a run there.
Well, that's just throwing wickets away. You cannot afford to throw wickets away. He was nowhere near making his ground.
We can have a look at that again.
Khalid Mahmood.
Waiting at the striker's end.
Oh, it's a monster.
Amazing catch.
He has held onto a blinder out there. How gutted will the batsman be now?
This was how the innings ended for
Khalid Mahmood.
He loves driving the ball, especially through the covers, and frankly, there's no one better at it.
Ouch, that must have hurt.
The straight drive is his favourite stroke. We know that, they should know that, and it shows.
and the end of the over.
What a catch, what a catch!
That was well held. It was in the air a long time.
It took an age to come down. It came down with snow on it.
He's gone for a duck.
It is a long old walk back when you've made a duck. Quack, quack.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Confident appeal. No response from the umpire.
Too high, surely.
We can have a look at that again.
Oh, there's a demoralising sight for any bowler. The ball is just sailing over the fence.
He'll be okay, but that will be very, very sore in the morning.
played all around it.
Excellent bowling. It's straight and it's full, and in the end, you miss, buddy, and I'll hit.
We can have a look at that again.
You can't set fields for a shot like that. Brilliant! That is massive.
That's the second six from the over.
Well, he hardly seemed to hit it, and it's six.
There's the umpire signal, no ball. They'll be looking for that ball for days.
His straight driving is perfect. Effortless, brilliant, and maximum. Never mind the fielder, the bloke in row 10's got the best chance of catching that.
That over helped the run rate somewhat.
Marvellous effort that.
That was really well judged. It went a long way up.
Oh, the batsman will be kicking himself. It was such a good shot, he looked in good touch, and it's an unbelievable bit of fielding.
He's gone for a duck.
The first baller, all the way for that one ball.
We can have a look at that again.
Well, that's hurt. You can see that that's hurt him. They don't want to show it, the batsman, but I reckon the bruise will come up. He's just got to get on with it. Rub it and get on with it.
He's got it into the gap.
Fielded by the man out long on. That brings up his half-century.
He's played a gem of an innings. The key is to retain concentration and to move on. Huge! That is huge!
He's worked that into the gap. The batsmen are in trouble here.
This is a match that's had everything so far. Can the second innings possibly match it? Well, to find out for you is Richie Bennett.
Thanks, Mark. So we're all ready for the first ball of the innings. Well, that's found the gap in the field. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Stopped in the covers. Foolish running, that's simply throwing wickets away.
There was never a run there, never. You sensed it from the off. I can't even believe they tried it. Oh, that's a long walk back when you failed.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Oh, great shot. A great stroke. That was 4 from the moment that it left the bat.
That must have hurt. He looks to be in a little bit of trouble out there.
Cracking stroke. He's in good touch.
If he runs here, just 1 run. There should be some runs here. Just 1 run.
Lovely shot, lovely shot. It raced to the fence for 4. No, that's not great bowling, to be honest. I don't think the captain will be too happy with that.
That's a cracking shot. Hit straight to a fielder. Terrible fielding. These will be overthrows.
They cannot afford to give runs away like that. That's not a very good throw.
That takes him into double figures. Nice speeding to the boundary.
You give this guy too much room, and it's 4 every time.
That's a beautiful shot.
Good stroke, but I don't think that's the place to bowl to him.
Hit straight to it. That really is a suicidal run out.
Well, they got themselves in a right pickle out there, and look at the price they've paid.
Let's see the action replay of that. That over eased the pressure on the batting team.
Costly, very costly. He'll need to improve on it if he's going to stay in the attack, I think. The batsman will have to reassess the field now that those fielding restrictions have been lifted. Remember, 5 players can be outside the ring. That's poor cricket. He just took his eye off the ball.
That's turned away through mid-wicket. Just 1 run.
I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a bit though.
Oh, that's got the treatment, and you got to say it deserved it.
Swept away.
Now, that's not the right line to bowl to this guy, not at all. He'll thrash you if you bowl there.
Marvellous stuff.
Beautifully played. You couldn't imagine anything better.
That's cleared the rope. 6 runs.
What super stroke. Do you know, I didn't think that was a bad ball either.
There's just one there. The sweeper picks up. They've turned that into 2. That's good running.
Terrific cricket. It's such a key thing to place the ball well, and also, I guess, not to try to hit it too hard. Miles, he's hit it miles.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Taken, that's brilliant.
The fielder did very well there. He made it look easy, but actually it was a whole lot more difficult than it looked. Oh, what a shame. He looked in such good form. You sort of felt he was building on a good start.
Through, he's out.
Well bowled, very well bowled, straight and full when it mattered.
He's gone for a duck.
A first baller, that is just so embarrassing, and rest assured there'll be a few comments from the crowd as he heads back towards the pavilion.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Super catch.
Out. He's been caught.
He got into a great position to take that catch.
That's a hat-trick for
Khalid Mahmood. He's gone for a duck.
It is a long old walk back when you've made a duck. Quack, quack. Now, for all you youngsters out there, that is a perfect example of how to play the stroke.
done him and shattered the stumps.
You really can't miss straight balls, not at this level. That is as comprehensive an end as you'll see.
Khalid Mahmood.
Gets his first wicket. We can have a look at that again.
He really is very strong off his legs.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Out.
What a cracking delivery.
Khalid Mahmood.
Gets his second wicket.
That's a vital wicket, and of course the tail is exposed. Don't even bother chasing that. That's away into the bleachers. Oh, another one of those, and this bowler will be out of the attack.
That's a fantastic strike.
Never mind the fielder, the bloke in row 10's got the best chance of catching that. Well, he hardly seemed to hit it, and it's 6.
That is a top shot.
That has to be close. Not out.
I think that's high.
We can have a look at that again. It's in the air.
Oh, what a catch. Have yourself a complimentary beverage, son.
That was really well judged. It went a long way up.
Good concentration. He steadied himself. He had so long to think about it. They're the worst. They're horrible to take.
Khalid Mahmood
Gets his second wicket.
Beautiful piece of fielding, that.
That's the third wicket now for
Khalid Mahmood.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Great strike. Great strike. 6 from the moment he hit it. That is massive.
Khalid Mahmood
Continues.
Effortless, brilliant, and maximum. You can't set fields for a shot like that. Brilliant. Huge! That is huge! That was a superb cover drive. You know, that's one actually to replay and to show to the youngsters, because everything is right about that technically. on the ball. I can't believe it. That's out of the ground. Maximum.
Superb shot that, right off the middle.
Oh, it's a monster. Oh, yes, congratulations. What a good performance in this limited overs fixture that has been. A thoroughly deserved victory. On behalf of Richie, Benno and myself, it's a goodbye. We've had the most brilliant day here, a day that none of us will ever forget.